Hey, yo, what's the deal? That's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I'm saying? As of this recording right now, it is 3:06 p.m. You know what I mean? April 12th, 2025. You know what I'm saying? It's raining outside. You know what I mean? And it sucks. It freaking sucks. I hate the rain. You know, I'm not a fan of the rain at all. You know, I got my umbrella. You know what I'm saying? And right now I'm just walking around, just chilling. You know, I don't think that this rain is gonna die down at all today. It sucks. I hate the rain. I hate it. I can't deal with it. I can't fucking deal with this shit. You know what I mean? Here in Brooklyn, I can't deal with it. It sucks. It sucks. You know, but you know one thing that doesn't suck though? The Dark Side of the Ring series. You know, I was watching it before I left as of this recording. You know, I was watching. I didn't get a chance to watch all the episodes from this season, but they got some good shit this season. I mean, the main one I want to see, and I don't know if it's already released, but I haven't had a chance to see it yet, is the Ludwig Borga edition. Because I know about Ludwig Borga. Ludwig Borga has had a very interesting past, boy. You know, but I just finished seeing the Luna Vachon one, and it's sad. You know what I mean? But the series itself is fucking awesome. It's a great series. You know, to me, I say this. You know, this and the WWE A&E series. I like the WWE A&E series. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely fuck with it. But if I had to pick one, I like the Dark Side of the Ring series just a little bit better. Because I like the way how they demonstrate certain, certain actions and certain scenes, you know, from those stories that's said. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's freaking amazing. I know there's people who ask, well, how does Sting get the footage? You know, how do, Vice get the footage for, for certain shots and such, how, they're not affiliated with WWE, and, how do they get certain shots for footage and stuff? But what they do is slick, because they put a camera in front of a screen, you know what I mean? And they're able to record this shit without having shit copyrighted, which I think is smart. I do think it's a smart move. But again, I like it. To me, it's an extremely underrated series. Because yes, when you think of the WWE A&E series, like Rivals and such, and don't get me wrong, it's great. Like, these documentary series is great. You know what I mean? But I feel like, I feel like the Dark Side of the Ring series is just a little bit better. It's just a little bit better, in my personal opinion. There's a lot that I want to see. Because remember in the beginning it was heavily associated with AEW. Not really associated with AEW, but because Vice had this, Vice is owned by, I believe, HBO Max and such. That's why they were able to get, AEW people and stuff. Because they had the Young Bucks there. They had fucking, they got Chris Jericho narrating the series. You know what I'm saying? They had, let me see, who else had John Moxley. I mean, they had a lot of AEW talent at that time, right? But again, me personally, I love the series. You know what I'm saying? I definitely love the series, and the fact that the series took a life on its own is amazing. I mean, I like a lot of Vice documentaries. Period. Like, I think Vice's documentaries is raw. Vice is a raw. That's a raw brand. Period. Now, I mean, like, the shit that they bring is raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different feel, B. Especially with, like, serious documentaries and such. The way how they do it, it's raw. It is raw. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, their headquarters is in my old neighborhood of Williamsburg. You know what I mean? Their headquarters is in my old neighborhood of Williamsburg. Anyone who's been in Williamsburg, the pier. You know what I mean? The Williamsburg Pier. Like all the way where, I think on Kent Street. You know what I mean? Where the Domino Sugar Factory used to be at. It's legit there. You know what I'm saying? But again, the Dark Side of the Ring series, You know, they did again, like they had that raw undertone that you really don't see in WWE documentaries. You know what I mean? Especially for A&E. And I'm not saying the A&E series is bad because it's not. I love the documentaries. I really do. I fuck with it. But the only downside about that compared to the Vice documentaries is the Vice documentaries are also free on YouTube. They're free as opposed to the ones in on A&E. You know what I mean? On A&E, they don't put it up there, but for the Vice ones, they do. They do. And let me tell you something, Leitz. You know, it's freaking great. It's really, really good. You know, and yes, it has a lot to do with sad stories and such, or stories that that impact the fuck out of the wrestling industry. Like, they had the one with Hell in the Cell. You know what I'm saying? The Montreal Screwjob, fucking the plane ride from hell. They had a whole bunch of stuff, a bunch. They had a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? And like I said, it was freaking great. Like, they're also going to show the one on Mr. USA Tony Atlas. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot. It's a lot of shit. I think they also had one on fucking, I think, Combat Zone Wrestling. I think, which ironically enough, was John Moxley from. You know what I mean? I've been new about Combat Zone Wrestling. Combat Zone Wrestling that shit came right after ECW, I think, in 2001, I think. 2001. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, yeah, like I said, I fuck with more of, Dark Side of the Ring than I do with the WWE A&E documentary series. But I like the A&E documentary series too. Don't get it twisted. I like both. I definitely like both. I think both are great. You know what I'm saying? Both are great in their own right. I mean, look, WWE does great documentaries anyway. You know what I'm saying? They do terrific documentaries. Remember, WWE, they don't do DVDs no more. They don't. And they had some great fucking DVD documentaries. What? The one that they did on Sting, Into the Light, that was great. They did a lot of awesome shit. A lot. Now, again, they focus more on the television portion of those documentary series. That's what they mostly focus on. And again, it's freaking fantastic. It's fantastic what they do. But like I said, my hat's off to Vice. Because Vice does a lot of shit. They do a lot of awesome shit. And to get involved in wrestling, I mean, that's a perfect recipe. I mean, that's a perfect recipe and stuff. So I'm about to be out, guys. You know what I'm saying? This video is going to go up as of possibly 5:30. All right, so I'm going to definitely holler at y'all. Peace.